Niger Delta Forum, Pandef, the apex socio-political body of the South-South geopolitical zone, has urged President Bola Tinubu to urgently sign the bill establishing the South-South Development Commission. The group emphasized that delays in signing the bill could negatively impact the region's peace and hinder economic development. Speaking at a news conference in Abuja, Pandef's National Publicity Secretary Olorugun Obiuwebi Omomi Mini said the forum issued a strong statement at the end of an emergency meeting held on February 5, calling on the president to act swiftly. Reading from the communique, Omumi Mini warned that withholding assent to the bill risks creating feelings of exclusion and marginalization among South-South citizens. According to Pandef, the bill's passage would promote comprehensive regional development and complement the work of the Niger Delta Development Commission. The group warns that continued delay could destabilize the peace and conducive environment critical to Nigeria's oil and gas production. The forum also urged President Tinubu to restore the NDDC to its previous designation as the Oil Minerals Producing Areas Development Commission. Pandef argued that this change would clarify the Commission's mandate and prevent confusion with the proposed SSDC. Pandef demanded that the next chief executive of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited should come from the Niger Delta. They noted that many qualified individuals from the region have been overlooked, calling for fairer representation. If we recall, I'll start with you, Mr. Mufasa, that the President Bola Tinubu has actually signed into law the North Central Development Commission, and then now we're having the South-South calling out for the South-South Development Bill, Pandef, the Niger Delta region calling for the South-South Development or Commission Bill. Do you think this is something that will be considered by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria?
For me, I usually ask, some of these agitations by the various interest groups in all the regions, especially the Niger Delta region, Pandef. At times I ask what's the essence, because I feel that we've not really been consistent, in our agitations and demands,
Do you think the North Central agitated for this?
It's currently all these geopolitical zones of the Federation have been given their own development commission, okay. And maybe for the purpose of expediency or for the purpose of bringing development to the people. Well, before now, we have the Niger Delta Development Commission and the Northeast Development Commission because of the effect of the Boko Haram and some other devastating effect of the terrorism and all of that. But Pandef as a group, I feel they've lost it when they've not been able to follow through certain agitations. It seems as though when they follow to a certain level, they jump from there to another one, and no
results,
no logical conclusion, no results, nothing. NDDC was established, a couple of years back, decades back, by the former president Olusegun Obasanjo, and the mandate of the NDDC was to ensure that development gets to the nooks and crannies of the Niger Delta. In fact, they have their own budgets, they are giving funds and all of that. But the activities of the NDDC, has not really translated to actual development of the region. And all this while, all the MDs and the boards and all of that are members of the Niger Delta. Pandef has seen, in fact, they've been seeing what has been going on in the NDDC. Just recently, there was wide allegation that, NDDC as a commission has become a medium for politicians to siphon monies, and, people now call to question the accountability and integrity of the commission. That gave rise to the setting up of a forensic audit, that was carried out. And by and large, the forensic audit was completed, and a report, according to them, came out, and I'm sure in that report, a lot of people were fingered, that were engaging in sharp practices, graft, and what have you. But up to this moment, we are yet to see anybody that has been punished. We are yet to see anybody that has been, prosecuted, because it is crime. It's criminal to steal what belongs to the people. And Pandef has not come out to speak vociferously to say that we want to know the outcome of this report, because if some persons, a few individuals, decide to keep for themselves what should have been a means to develop the people and the region, those people need to be mentioned, identified, and prosecuted. NDC are not saying that. Now we are saying that they should sign a South-Side. What would now be the difference? Would it not still go the way of NDC? Fine, there was Umpadek. We used to have Umpadek, and Umpadek did what they did, and part of why Umpadek was scrapped and NDC came was issues like this. There are states that still have their own development commission. So these are like replicating what we have before. So for me, when you keep doing the same thing over and over again, and you expect to get a different result, there's a description for that kind of scenario. So Pandef as a group should come up with something different and something new. I'm not saying that it's wrong for people to come together to form a collective, to project a collective interest, representing the Niger Delta. There's nothing wrong in that. But my own concern is Pandef should be consistent in their demands. They should be consistent in their struggle. They should sit down, weigh what have we been able to achieve so far. What has all these commissions, Niger Delta Commission, Amnesty Commission, Niger Delta Ministry, what has all of this brought to the life of the people of the Niger Delta positively and significantly? If they've been able to do that, that is now when they will now begin to chart a way forward and present a template and say, this is what the people of Niger Delta needs. Niger Delta comprises of about 7 states or thereabouts. And it's as though it's just like it's narrowed to just Bayelsa and Rivers State. What about the people from Akwa Ibom State? What about the people from Abia State? What about the people from Ondo State, Delta State, Edo State? How have they been able to get the impact that this commission is supposed to bring to them? It's not just street lights. What you see, somebody goes to the commission, lobby for contract to install street lights, then they do what they call kill and divide. I give you the contract, you give me my kickbacks and all of that. The next thing, they come up with something that you get like a paddy something at the expense of the people. So conclusively, I feel Pandef has not really they've not shown capacity. Personally, that's my opinion. They've not shown real capacity. Instead of jumping from one issue to the other, they should stick to one and achieve something significant so that people will not say, these people, they are representing our interests, we are going to support them. Otherwise, it's like though they are just fighting for their pocket. That's what a lot of people think, that when they go, they just agitate and something is given to them, they go back to their chairs. After like 6 months, they come up with another demands, and it becomes an unending vicious circle. So it's not. I'm not excited by this kind of move.
Thank you so much, Indat Mufata. Well, quickly, I'd love to get your thoughts on this.
I think I will start from where he stopped. Where he talked about having too many things on the menu.
Okay.
Too many irons on fire. You are talking about the South-South Development Commission. At the same time, you load your communique or whatever with the appointment of NNPCL, the managing director of NNPCL.
Exactly.
at the same time, you say you are issuing a strong statement. Already there's a bill. In fact, I have issues also with the issue of strategy. There's a bill. What are you doing to muster support for that bill? Of course, we all know how the process of passing a bill into law. It has also the process of lobbying. It has also the process of plenary sessions, reaching out to other legislators across the country to have support, for that particular bill. So I think they have to look at the process again instead of issuing press statements. I don't think that press statements threaten anybody. Whatever the National Assembly will do, the National Assembly will do in a very neutral manner, and based on what you have presented to them, they will make sure that they legislate upon that law. But like I said, it is a bill perhaps distinct from that of what they call it now, NDDC. NDDC is for 9 states from Ondo down to Cross River. All of them, they are in NDDC. And just to differ a bit, it's not that other states have not benefited. They have benefited, they have in alphabetical order. That is how the law makes it.
They have benefited, like he stated, with the street lights and including transformers.
I'm coming in terms of leadership first.
Okay.
All of them.
Okay.
They take their turns.
Okay.
And the Akwa Ibom had its own fair share of. In fact, there are some key positions. There are projects, director of projects. You have the DFA, which currently River State is holding.
Okay.
You have the MD and you have very strategic positions that are there, including that of the chairman. I remember when Ugochukwu was from Abia State, was also chairman of that development commission. So it's a rotatory thing in alphabetical order. But again, I differ slightly. What you have, you hold and hail. We can't. It's just that we don't really do an M&E on some of these projects, like the lights, the street lights and lights in the neighborhood, which they call Light Up the Niger Delta project. I believe that if you are in those areas that don't regularly that have PHED issues, then you will know that this lighting of the Niger Delta project has been of very tremendous help. At least people now have a sense of belonging. People, it has improved security. People, rather than once it is 6 o'clock, you are packing your articles of trade, into your house and then remain there in darkness. At least those street lights provide some electricity, and you also see that young people, have their moonlight activities, at least the reasonable points. So for me, it has improved security. It has also lit up the environment such that we're able to know who is crossing from one backyard to the other. It has exposed all that, but that is not to say that it is enough. There are major projects. Those street projects that are at best things that local government should be able to do. But now local governments renege on what their mandates are.
Well, they come with the reasons that because they do not have the LG autonomy, that's why they cannot provide most of these amenities. They
have financial autonomy now. They have full financial autonomy
in River State,
nationwide, and they receive their money directly.
When I'm not aware.
No, there's autonomy.
But I don't think that the financial autonomy has not been fully implemented. I think there's a timeline.
I'm not really aware about it.
Because
I know it's a lingering situation.
I think they said. I think the government, the Accountant General said, by the ending of February, that's when they will be getting because they need to do some regularization and all of that, you know.
But one thing is clear, that once the Supreme Court has made pronouncement on it, it is law.
That's correct.
So the processes, all these other processes, are things that, you know, it's something that Nigerians have become used to. Governors controlling the local governments and so on. So you need to ease them out. So those are the processes that they are contending with, and which is talking about the issue of February. That by February, that it is expected that all hands. But there are in some states, we can say with all sincerity that they give them a free hand. You know, they give them a free hand. It's possible that they might agree with them that, look, these are party policies of what we have agreed to do with the people. The state government, that's through cooperation. They can direct them on one or two things to do and retain the party, the popularity of the party in that state. But it is against the laws of this country for anybody to tamper with local government funds. So I still stand on my point that those projects are projects that at best should have been allowed the local governments to do. But why the argument has even come up for the South-South Development Commission is that the NDDC is a commission for 9 states. Some of them, like Abia and Imo, now have gotten the Southeast, they are part of the Southeast Development Commission. The other one, that is Ondo, will also be part of the Southwest Development Commission. But I think it also goes to the issue of sincerity of purpose. Do we need all these development commissions? And if at the points where these laws were being made, in fact, it is the creation of the Northeast Development Commission that actually brought up most of these things. To help them recover from the ravages of war, terrorism and banditry. So once they gave to them, without putting a time limit as to how many years this commission should function, you now open it up for every other region to also join, because every other region have their own problems. You go to the east, they have the issues of erosion and so on that have become a major challenge. So and then roads. So they are saying that you also have to attend to our own. So that's why the South people are saying that, make a distinction.
So do you think it's something that the federal government would want to look into? Well, because from Mufasa, he's saying that this is an unnecessary, call from the Niger Delta, Pandef, calling on Tinubu to sign the South-South Development Commission. Do you think this is what the president would want to consider?
They try to make a distinction that we can go back to Pandef. Let us know that every other, including Anambra, that also have discovered oil, all of them, that they can be inside, and then give us a separate commission, which is the South-South Development Commission, to look at our peculiar needs. Because there are peculiar needs of the South-South, which the Braced Commission, they will have the Braced Commission, Bayelsa, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Edo, and Delta. The commission by Ambassador Joe Keshi. We have that commission in place, but because of partisan influences and loyalties, that commission had not functioned properly, and it's been there right from the first administration in the Fourth Republic. I think it was created around 2002, 2003. It has been there.